Pepper rock, pepper rock, go.
Hello again. It's me. I'm sitting on my patio overlooking paradise. I moved here to this island, this isolated island, back in 2010. Came to the Philippines when I was 37. So that's to stay. And that's unusual. I didn't come here to retire, obviously. Well, some people might have a lot of money at 37 and maybe they inherited money or however it is, but that wasn't the case for me. In 2008, I finished this building that I had taken out a mortgage on my place to build like my dream house that I knew I was going to sell, and I was going to cash in, and I was going to move to the Philippines with my wife and children. And the reason I was going to move to the Philippines, other than just to escape the United States, which is a whole conversation in itself, is that with 4 young children and a wife, and the way the economy was diving at the time, it seemed a really good idea for me to pursue my dreams, which was stone carving, because I'm a stone carver, a sculptor, and I've been doing that since I'm 22 years old. And I found this island in the Philippines with marble, and I thought, hey, I can build there, and I can garden there all year long, and I can raise my children. I can have some dignity. So my wife agreed we would make this move. And I took a pilot trip in 2008 to this island. And I was gone a month. And I came pretty much directly here. I flew into Cebu city. I was only one night in a hotel there. And went to the Ayala Mall and ended up on a jeepney, the wrong jeepney. Is this the jeepney, the Maxwell Hotel? That's where I stayed. It was just a few blocks away. I could have just walked. And it's always, you'll learn this in the Philippines. Yeah. Just there. It's always good. Ask 2-3 people. Just keep smiling. People, they will smile and they point you in the wrong direction. And they might think it's the right direction, but they might not care. They just want to get you, get a little money out of you for a ride. Because if you don't know where you're going, it's really not their problem. And I ended up on the wrong jeepney, taking a little side story here. And I thought it's just going to go, a few blocks around. Maybe it takes me a little detour around. I'll see a little bit of the city or something. It ended up taking me near the docks, near the squatter areas and whatnot. It ended up getting late. I ended up on this Jeep for a couple hours. And I saw poverty like I never would have imagined. I mean, I really did. I didn't, not until I saw it. And this is like in the night and the traffic and the smell of the diesel. And I was leaning my head kind of out the side of the jeepney and just taking it all in and seeing the deprivation. And this is the worst part. Now, I just want to, this is not the Philippines, okay? What I'm talking about. This is one part of a city, a huge city, where you have a lot of people from the provinces that come to the cities for work. And they have nowhere to go. They have no money. Well, where do they end up? And sometimes they're there for even generations, I suppose. People get stuck. It happens in the States too. Why are there families that immigrated such a long time ago and they're still in the gutter? Things happen. So it wasn't a judgment about I'm just taking it in that I just never saw children, like, even just filthy, dirty, covered with oil, and I saw them even sniffing gasoline, like sniffing rags. And I had tears down my face too. I'm like choked up on that, and I'm thinking, oh God, like I really thought for sure the Philippines is going to be the answer. And then how can I bring my family to this? And then I'm having this internal dialogue. And I'm jet lagged. I'm having a culture shock. And this guy, sir, where are you going? I said, Maxwell Hotel. He says, Max, where's? He asked the driver. They were getting gasoline. He said, sir, we're just filling the tank and we're finished for the night. This nice young man, he wait, sir, wait. Like, don't get out. Like it's maybe not a safe place for you. He's really genuinely concerned for me. And he goes over, and there's another jeepney across the busy street, because it's a city that never sleeps. Cebu is a smaller Manila. Cebu is the city in the south. And if you're coming to the Philippines, I recommend you come into Cebu. You fly into Cebu as an alternative to Manila. Whatever your choice is, whatever I'm not taking anything away from Manila, and I don't want to take anything away from Cebu. And it is beautiful, and parts of the city and the coastline, and there's amazing developments happening. So don't get me wrong, it is a beautiful place. I just ended up in the wrong side of town. So this young man, he got me onto the other Jeep. Sir, come here. And I sat in the front seat with the driver, and he took me back, and Maxwell Hotel, right? He even passed the hotel. I noticed, and sir, this is it. This stop. And I went in, and I got to my hotel room, and I washed the diesel off. When you're in the city, I mean, there's like black stuff on your skin, on your feet if you're wearing sandals. And I'm looking at this black stuff washing off my skin in the shower there, and I just laid back, and I've got these images in my head and different emotions and confusion. And anyway, that was my first few hours in Philippines, other than being in the shopping mall, which was quite a wow. I bought a cell phone. That was the first thing I did. It was inexpensive back then, just the dial phones. Anyway, I ended up taking a small plane to Katiklan, that's how you get to Boracay Island, is through flying into Katiklan is the most common. The small plane, prop plane, and I didn't go to Boracay. I got on a small, and I didn't get on a big boat. I got on a small, what they call a pump boat, and you get sprayed a little bit with ocean, a little bit, and the water's gorgeous. I stayed in a little hotel there because the timing is the thing when you're traveling. I had to stay in a little hotel for the night there. And it was a lady boy that was running. It was her tita, her aunt, that owned the place. And is the sweetest lady boy. For me, as an American, I'm really kind of in shock about a lot of that, the open homosexuality type, she's, I accept she is a she. She really had the she energy. She was so sweet, and she's like, well, let me ride you to the port. And she is little, actually little, like a petite. Everybody's looking at me like, oh, the lady boy scored a foreigner. And I'm thinking, you know what? Who gives a shit? Gives a shit what anybody thinks, and she's really sweet anyway. And you know what? We're just people, right? Like I'm really having to be open and adjusting. And I took this boat, and it went to Tablas Island, and the southern tip of Tablas Island to Santa Fe. And from there was everybody's clamoring for what vehicles were there and tricycles. And I ended up on the back of a motorcycle with another woman behind me. Yeah, I was sandwiched in between the driver, and we held an umbrella over our heads for 3.5 hours in the pouring rain, going through beautiful rice fields and little jungle mountains and these small villages that were, talk about beautiful poverty. There is, I mean, little native huts, an old lady outside, orchids everywhere, you know, rice fields. Like, they don't have money. They live in paradise. And it's happening right here in front of me, just down here. There is a rice field. It's the same kind of thing. It's the same kind of thing. There is so much beauty. It's not about, you don't need a lot of money to experience beauty. This is the province life, you know. So after 3.5 hours, we were in San Agustin. And the boat, they said, where are you taking? You're going to Romblon Island. I'm going to the marble island of Romblon. Oh, sir, the boat doesn't leave until 5 a.m., you know, in the next morning. Oh, man. And a fisherman, a small boat, he said, do you want to go? Yeah, I want to go. How much? I forgot if it was 1,002 something, 1,005. Now, when you take the ferry, and it's still the same kind of thing, it's like $4, you know, like 200 pesos or something like this. Okay, just 45 minutes to go across. But if it's a guy in one little boat, they still charge a lot. And diesel to get across is only maybe 100, 150 pesos. So they're happy. They're happy to go there and back, you know, for 1.5 or 1.2 or something. That so under $30, 20 to $30 for this. And it wasn't raining anymore. There was just little droplets, and I came not to the main port, but to this side port they call the Morro, and it was all marble stone, and there was a truck going by with huge blocks of marble on the truck, and I just had tears down my face. It was so, I was, and all jungle, looking in the small town, and they're just smiling people everywhere, and this man, dark complected, his name's Boy. Older guy, he said, hello. It's kind of like Fantasy Island, the plane. It's just, and I got in his tricycle and we just start riding. And a few minutes later, I told him, stop. I saw this little, it wasn't even really a resort. It was a defunct resort. And I saw some marble dolphins. I wanted to stop, like, oh, there's marble. This is the first time I saw any sculptures there. And the white marble in the jungle, it was really interesting. And anyhow, how it is I stayed in a little kubo for the night, 350 pesos, right near the ocean, and I had the best sleep ever. No air con, there was a fan there, and had a little marble bathroom, and that was the best sleep that I had in a long time. And I stayed for a month. So I got to do these 15-minute videos. So I'm going to end this one here. And not sure what that story did for you, but I'm trying to give you a feel of what it's like here. And just stick with me for the next one. I'll just continue with this. Sometimes it's easy just to sit and talk. Anyway, enjoy the view.
Back her up because smell nasty.